back to this already, the final segment of Monday's edition of The Price of Business. Delighted to be with you, talking to you about you and your business. I got a big event coming up I need to mention again. I haven't mentioned enough because, frankly, I'm very forgetful, and it just simply happens. But there's a big expo coming up. It's the Franchise Expo South. And if you go to usdailyreview.com and you go every day this week to usdailyreview.com, you can get free tickets thanks to our friends at usdailyreview.com to attend this event here in the Houston area. And so it's a phenomenal event. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing interviews with some of the largest franchises in the country. We just got that confirmed this morning, in fact. And delighted to be able to do this and be a part of this experience and part of this event. I want you to join us, too. That's the Franchise Expo South. And you can learn more about it at usdailyreview.com to get your free tickets. Be there. Learn about franchising. Learn about the opportunity and weigh the options. All right. Want to talk a little bit about, the fact that MSNBC now has become like the KKK network. You had a host disparagingly made fun of Mitt Romney over the fact that he has a black grandchild and adopted grandchild. Literally made fun of him. I loved how he was quietly, and I'm no Romney fan. You want to know the sheer, for every one nice thing I've said about Romney, I've said about 20 negative. But you know what? He's a great family man. And I loved how his family is quietly fighting racism by having adopting a grandchild that's black. And a MSNBC host decided to take license and go after that. And she apologized essentially for going after the children, but the reality is that what she said was offensive to the Romney family in general. But no, only for bringing the babies in it. Let me tell you right now, it's offensive to be racist regardless of what side you are on the ideological spectrum. Here's a story from Fox News about some more crazy MSNBC offensive racist activity, and now MSNBC is finding itself in damage control.
Nicholas and Crystal Bailey in Washington, D.C. Good to see you both. Nicholas, your thoughts on the comments, the tweet that was sent out by MSNBC, and now the statement, the follow-up statement, apologizing and saying that is not who we are at that network.
Well, Megan, this is what the left does. I mean, they essentially call half of America racist and then expect not to be called on it. Like, we stood up as Americans and said that we're not racist. And as far as the apology, I feel like that was MSNBC just saving face. If a hand has gangrene and you cut off a pinky, that hand still has gangrene. So that's my take on that.
Before I get to Crystal, I want to ask you, Nicholas, do you feel, because I know you have conservative leanings, do you feel as a conservative black man that that is not an acceptable position to many on the left? Because we're going to come up a little bit later in the show with a discussion about Clarence Thomas. They're releasing a new Anita Hill movie right now, 20 years after the fact. And at the time that he went through that whole business, he said, look, this is a high-tech lynching of me because the left doesn't agree with my conservative principles.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. The left, they pride themselves on having a voting bloc of blacks, and they think that all blacks are supposed to groupthink, and that is not the case. I was actually raised liberal, and once I got to college, I was able to navigate my way out of that, and I found that the conservative principles aligned with my values. And I was one that made it. It was a natural transition for me, but everybody doesn't have that, and that's why it's good to have avenues where people can actually get to somewhere where they can find out more information about conservative principles. That's like what the Morehouse is doing down there in Atlanta.
And Crystal, let me ask you, because the left, many on the left pride themselves on being very accepting of many things, of people who are different, of people who make different lifestyle choices, certainly of interracial marriage. That would be one of the things that they say that they stand for and are accepting of. But interracial marriage where one person happens to be a conservative, or just conservatives in general, there is a question about whether the left is tolerant of that. What's your thought?
Yeah, definitely. their tolerance definitely comes into question. I think with the tweet, they thought maybe it could be swept under the rug, that maybe we wouldn't notice it wouldn't offend people, but we were definitely offended, maybe in different ways, because Nick's a little more professionally offended. Me, it hit close to home just because we're newlyweds, we're newly married. Soon we're going to be bringing a family into this world, and I feel like we're already fighting so many stigmas that fighting the stigma of being a biracial couple, a conservative biracial couple, that it doesn't exist. Well, we're here, and I don't want to bring kids to where they feel like they're fighting the same stigma. So, I mean, if we can say something to stop it now, that's what we would want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the message in that tweet was to your future children, all the right-wingers in this country are going to be looking disapprovingly on this type of a family, which is why people got so outraged at that message. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you so much.
All right, we got, how much time do we have left, Sigmund Kramer? We have 1 minute left. What do you think? Are right-wingers naturally racist?
No, they're not. The Tea Party keeps getting bashed as being racist, and the Tea Party candidates, Ted Cruz, Alan
Hispanic,
West.
Black.
Yeah, a lot of racism going on there. The two of the largest members, Marco Rubio to a lesser extent.
To a lesser extent, what part? That he's Hispanic? Or
No, come on. But the fact that he's, still a Tea Partier, Tea Party favorite. Look, Herman Cain. The Tea Party is not racist. Members of the Tea Party are not racist. They want, and I will say conservatives in general, they want a unifying country. They want a unified country. Barack Obama, biracial man himself, has done less to unify and more to divide than pretty much anybody else I can imagine.
The king of divide and conquer, if I've ever seen such. I tell you right now, I tell you, the only network that I can say for sure is racist is MSNBC. The only major network. And of course, I'm using the word major in the loosest, sense of the word.
Yeah. Major as, if you talk about first class private, maybe.
Exactly. There you go. We got to wrap it up. Great time today. Enjoyed being with you. Do want to remind you this, the February 6th through the 8th, we're going to be over there at the Franchise Expo South. That's Franchise Expo South. You can learn more about it and get your free tickets to join me at usdailyreview.com. I'm Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business.